Hello everybody, and welcome to the stream this week. A couple of administrative notes. My streaming today looks to be a bit wonky, as we would say in English. So we'll just keep an eye on it. I've lowered the frame rate for today, just to see if we can deal with it, but we'll see what happens here as we go. I've been trying to deal with it for a few minutes now. So we'll see if it stabilizes, and if it doesn't, we'll see what we can do. But for now, we'll go ahead and continue on. And if we have any issues, then like I say, we'll just pause quickly and see if we can deal with it. So for the other administrative note, the NFL season, the National Football League season, has started here in the United States, and normally those games are on Sunday. But they can be on either Mondays or Thursdays as well. It just kind of depends. So I'll be adjusting the starting time of the stream based upon when those games are. So if we have a game that starts at noon, normally that isn't going to end until 3 to 30, somewhere in there. So I'll just be starting the stream, or scheduling the stream to start as soon as the game ends. If the game is a 3:30 game, or if the game is a 7 o'clock game, then I'll adjust the stream up or down accordingly. And we'll just see what we can do to keep things as constant as we can, while at the same time allow me to cheer for my team. So I think that's about it for the administrative things. To pick up where we left off last week, we had finished cleaning out the goblin camp. We had come back and started selling off some of our items, and we're gonna start off and pick right back up where we left off. We're gonna finish selling off the last of our inventory and cleaning stuff up, and then we're going to head to camp and go through the entire cutscene and celebration process that's happening due to the liberation of the tiefling refugees. So there's going to be a lot of cutscenes to deal with. There's also your first chance to focus on an individual to begin a romance with. We had started something briefly with Gale, but there's another opportunity here to really start that up with somebody of your choosing, as opposed to someone who just has a higher reputation or like of your character. So we'll have an opportunity to go through that, and then we're going to head to the Underdark. We're going to spend the next few streams going through there, because it is an expansive underground area. But we are going to be able to get a start on it. So without further ado, we will go ahead and jump right into this. And the good news is it looks like maybe my internet is settling down a little bit. I won't be able to change the frame rate for the stream without ending the stream, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to continue on at 30 frames a second. And then hopefully we'll get whatever it is figured out and dealt with for next week. So what we're going to do is head up here and meet up with Aaron and finish off the last of our inventory cleanup here. I mean with Damon. Finish off the last of our inventory cleanup up here.
You saved us. I wasn't sure we'd make it through. I wish I had better, but this is all I have.
Okay. A couple things I want to look at real quick. Yeah, I might as well. See, I have a lot of cash. I'm going to have even more after going through this. And we'll probably need to buy something from him to be able to sell off the rest of our stuff. So I'm probably going to end up picking up another light crossbow +1 just to replace this one that Gale has. It's not a need. He doesn't need to have a crossbow per se, but might as well. And like I say, there's going to be a bunch of things I'll be able to sell off. So let's just go ahead and get this all cleaned up. He runs out of cash. We'll see about making a purchase. Okay, so we won't be able to sell the war pick +1 to him, so let's go ahead and make this purchase. Drop this here, sell that off. Okay. Now we'll keep selling off all the rest of our inventories here. And we should be able to sell off the rest of these. Weapons don't give you nearly as much gold as your armor sets do. So should be able to sell off all the rest of these, I think, without too much difficulty. Okay, so the heavy crossbow +1 we will send to our camp. We're also going to send one of the rapiers to our camp for Will. The other rapier we can't use. So it's a finesse weapon, but it's not a light weapon, so you can't dual wield with it. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that we keep it. And the same thing, the greatsword is going to be our backup. And this reorientate doesn't do anything. And then for here we do have a couple of things to sell off. Going to send this to the camp. Oh, we can't send it to the camp yet. I think that's about it. We might as well sell these off. Sell off the void bulbs. We're not going to be. Longbow +1 is going to go to the camp. Okay. Put these. Oh.
May Tamora's luck twist your way.
Okay, so take a quick look at our inventories here. I send all of this gold over to. Whoops, what was that? Weird. Send all this to sell here, and yeah, this went around matters. Do it in the other screen. You have to do it here. We are going to have a use for that iron flask, just not right now.
Arm yourselves. Better to have a weapon and not need it.
Okay, and then here we're going to split the thieves' tools. We're going to keep 5. Move these over to Gale for him to sell. This gold's going to go over here. Amulet of the Misty Step we're going to keep. This pouch can go to Gale to be sold. This is going to the camp. Okay, this is going to camp. Some items up here. O+1 is going to go to the camp. Chief, we don't need to keep.
Pick something realistic. If you can't swing a sword, take a dagger.
And I do just need to clean out all these keys that we're going to use again. But that's something that I'll take care of off stream and now. Alright. I think that gets me where I need to be. Up there. Here. Okay. So everybody should be fairly cleaned out at this point. Just quickly take a look here. Sure. Speed potions for everybody. Yes, I think we are... Whoop, this rapier is going to be sold. Oh. A lot of weird clicking going on here that I'm not in...
Who do I pray to for a real forge? Moradin? I wish I had better, but this is all I have.
Okay, so we're going to... Gale here. I was able to send a rapier to camp, right? Hope so. And we'll keep this for situational purposes.
The less likely anyone will give us trouble.
I think... The Morning Star +1, because I don't think she's proficient with the Warhammer. Would be
You're not picking a gift for your sweetheart.
the same.
A blade.
I'm gonna pick this up. Then Faithbreaker to the camp for now. Okay.
May Tamora's luck twist your way.
Okay, so we are now going to head to camp. And we'll see what happens when we do that. There's going to be some extended sets of dialogue here as we go. And it's something you can't avoid. So be prepared once you've finished all this that you're now going to be kind of locked in, so to speak. But we don't have any short rests left, so we need to take a long rest anyway. So let's just go ahead and take care of this.
As you approach the camp, you hear the sound of a celebration in full swing.
I hope you'll pardon them. They meant to wait for you. But it's been some time since they've had cause to celebrate. I'm glad to see they haven't forgotten how. Will you join them? I suppose we could at that. I came out here to think, plan out our next steps. But you're right. The road will still be there in the morning. Come then. I hope you will forgive the pageantry, a custom we developed in Avernus. The sky there is utterly black. We took to filling it with stars of our own, to think of better nights in brighter places.
should forget the city.
Nights
I'm here.
such as this one, with a light for every life you've saved.
But off you go, Master Ranger.
Oh, yes. Volo also wished to show his appreciation.
I love you.
And the cutscenes are quite glitchy, as you can see. These weren't added until just recently in the patches, so it's a little interesting. But yeah, you can see quite glitchy. Okay, so here at the campsite, this isn't a normal long rest, just like a bunch of the other things that have cutscenes in them. But you can't go around and talk to everybody.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
Come on, Elfie. Make it spicy.
And you'll get a lot of short dialogues like that, but it's good to flesh out the story.
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Swarmed, but we were brave and fried them all with a thunderwave.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland.
Yes.
Hush you. And
No.
adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
I need to dance. No. No, I need to lie down.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
We should go down and see
Okay.
the water.
Go ahead and talk to Volo here.
Dark and muddy.
Nope, nothing there.
Private.
So now we'll go ahead and talk to a few of our companions.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits.
Oh.
Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for? Exactly right. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd. That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong. Share a bottle with me?
Try not to get too close, Cal.
Yes.
It's quite a bottle.
Remember what happened last
I
time?
liberated one of the finer vintages earlier.
And you
Best
magicked up a
enjoyed
kitten.
someplace private,
How was I
I think.
supposed to know it was made of fire?
We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off. Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself.
So you can see how different the conversations are here, and every one of them is going to be along the same lines. You're going to get the opportunities to spend some quiet time with any of your companions.
Handsome. That's more like
Thank you.
How many goblins did we kill? 10?
There's that confidence I like. I thank you for seeking me out. Amidst all this merriment, I wasn't sure we'd have a chance to speak this evening.
That's my girl.
More's the pity you've already found someone else to make merry with. Just the two of you. There's something unspeakable about Shadowheart. But I mean that in a good way. She seems to me like a bud on the cusp of bursting into a rose. That, or deadly nightshade. Far be it from me, of course, to question your tastes. Jealousy is in the eye of the beholder, or something along those lines. The wine might be befuddling me a smidge. As they say in Waterdeep, in wine there is truth. That's usually followed by, in water there is good sense. good sense will have to wait till tomorrow. But before you go, I know there are many things about me that remain shrouded in mystery. You've been very patient with me. I appreciate that. You've given me powerful magic to consume when I needed it most. You know of my condition and its challenges. But those are but the broad strokes. The time has come to paint you the true picture.
It's a bed and a roof for me.
Okay, well, we might be having some more internet issues here.
Without you? No.
So, let me keep an eye on it here real quick.
I love you.
See if we need to, make some changes here. I think we'll just probably get through this conversation.
I can only hope my tale will live up to your
Then we'll
expectations. Tonight, of course, we
save.
celebrate. I won't keep you any longer.
See what we can
night,
do.
you're in for quite the bedtime story.
Okay. Give me just a second to check a few things here.
Oh, make a dragon.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have some issues here, so I think I'm gonna have to pause the stream here.
Toddlers are easier to please than...
Try not to get too close, Cal.
Okay, hopefully we're back.
Remember what happened last time?
Let's see if we can maintain
I was 8, and you magicked up a
this
kitten.
bit rate
How
here
was
as
I
we go
supposed to know it was
forward.
made of fire?
I'll keep an eye on it just like I was earlier, and we'll see what we can do. Sorry for degraded stream quality here. Like I say, I'm down to 30 frames a second.
Private, too.
It seems to still be having occasional issues. Keeping hold of that.
Oh.
But, see how well it holds up. Hopefully this stream isn't going to be a total wash. But we'll see what we can do.
Enjoy the night. It seems to me full of opportunities.
Okay, and because of that, I wasn't able to do something there. I've already said that I wanted to meet Shadowheart and spend some time with her, but I want to also see if I can tell multiple people that I can do it, because before you take your long rest, it gives you a choice. And I think the only choices that are populated are the ones of your companions that you tell you want to spend some time with.
I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here...
The moment we hit the city, let's look for our own...
I hate it. This is awful.
Something like
Folded, color coordinated, even
but we were brave.
True.
Fried them all
That was fun.
thunderbolts.
Still, I would have liked more for my trouble than a pat on the head and vinegar for wine.
It's a heavy, rich red, dry and sharp.
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask? Do you think Shadowheart would approve? I saw how she looked at you earlier. I don't know what her idea of a good time is, but it seems to involve you. I'd hate to intrude. I'm flattered, but I think not. It's not you, you understand. It's me. I have standards.
Okay, now that was funny.
There she is, the woman herself. Let us raise a glass to freedom from tyranny. may we hew a clear path for the downtrodden to travel. To you, a legend in the making. And to you and Shadowheart, may your stars burn ever bright. And if I were? Consider me jealous as a sisterless hag then. Hey, go off. Have your fun. I've got a tankard keeping me company.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness. A pity for us you have promised your knight to the half-elf. I've no doubt you will satisfy your tastes for endless conversation. I will do no such thing. Not when you have turned your back on me so often. But come morning, you will wonder. You will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt. Oh, but do enjoy yourself this night. I intend to myself. Astarion looks particularly tempting.
I was 8.
Hilarious.
And you magicked up a kitten. How was I supposed to know?
Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up. We do have Halson back here, I forgot.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
Let's go ahead and pick up camp supplies here. $36. Now I need 4 more, which should be one of the funds. Would be good. Now, when you go take a long rest, you're going to have an option.
The buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Though you seek repose, you needn't spend the night alone. With whom will you share a bed?
Okay, so it just gives me the option of Shadowheart. I'm not entirely sure if you play this differently, if you can talk to the other people and say you want to spend the evening with them and it will allow you multiple choices, or whoever you talk to first, it just locks in that choice. So in this case, I talked to Shadowheart first. That's who I wanted to talk to as well. She's the only other, she's a half-elf, she's the only other elf in the company. It was the original intent to always have a romance with Shadowheart. It's just she starts out at such a low reputation score against you. It's hard to get that to progress throughout the storyline. So, and I kind of unwittingly jumped into something with Gale there by clicking on some options that brought it up. But it's always been Shadowheart from the beginning, so we'll go ahead and do it this way.
Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
You made it. Come here. Sit with me. Lots of people make promises. Few keep them. Well, bold. What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us. Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you. Seems like you truly know the city. I never got to explore it to my liking. Don't stop now. Not just as things are getting interesting.
See if we can pass this check here.
Don't laugh, but I'm not quite sure I have anything to share. When you worship Shard, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to. A lot of the little things, they're lost to me right now. I did. And you remembered. You're sweet. There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon. What? I know, but you're sweet to notice. Thank you for last night. Me too.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
That didn't hurt, did it? I'd like to think that would have happened anyway. Let's head back, if we must.
I trust you celebrated most heartily. Curious. I wonder if the tadpole shares in your suffering the morning after. I'm glad to hear it. You'll need fortitude for what's to come. I promise to help you with your infection. There's almost certainly a cure to be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous. Though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger.
This is sobering news indeed. But there's no use crying over spilt milk. If this is our only option, to Moonrise Towers we go.
To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the shadow curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aradin. Anything is preferable to risking the Shadow Curse. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. Unfinished business. It seems our fates have aligned. I advise you start in the Temple of Selûne. If you find the Dark Justiciar's hidden entrance, It could lead you all the way to Moonrise. May Sylvanus guide us.
Okay. We're in a quest there. And I'm getting warnings about my internet again. Well, I apologize, everyone. I have not had internet issues before here. But, seems to be having, a lot of them today. Again, I apologize for that. So we're gonna go ahead and speak to animals back up. And we're gonna talk to Scratch again.
The dog holds a well-chewed ball in his mouth.
All right. It's only fair that you enjoy it too. But if you feel like throwing it, I wouldn't mind that at all. Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Okay, so now you received a ball as an inventory item. So if you go into your inventory, you should have a ball now. You add this to your inventory screen, you can click on it and it's going to want you to throw it, and wherever you throw it, Scratch is going to go pick it up and bring it back to you. So now you can play fetch with Scratch all you want. So we'll send it to our camp, our inventory there, just so we can keep it around. We'll go ahead and complete our long rest and end up back here at the Grove. And as you can see, all of the refugees are now gone. They are on their way to Baldur's Gate. We can't follow them at this point. So what we're going to do is head now off to the Underdark. And when I say that, I'm debating this. Because there is a section of this map that we haven't opened yet. And that's right here. The Githyanki Patrol has been placed here as kind of a leveling blockade, I think, in my opinion, as for the full release of the game. The Githyanki Patrol is 1 level, and in 2 cases, I think 2 levels above us. They're an incredibly powerful fighting group, and if you have your most powerful member of your party, which is Lae'zel, with you, it takes a route that you can't avoid combat at all with. Going into combat with them is something beneficial. You can get a lot of good items out of it, but it's a very, very hard encounter, and honestly, some of it comes down to pure luck as well. So it's not something that I want to go through with my current promise to you guys, where I'm just letting the rolls happen and encountering as it comes along, because that it's well above me and I shouldn't be going through it right now. But I also kind of wanted to experiment with something. I might just end up experimenting with it off stream, I guess. And that's the Iron Flask. We've talked about the Iron Flask before. The Iron Flask here, if you use it, it lets out whatever is held inside of it. It can be used to capture, in the tabletop anyway, it can be used to capture any being not from the plane that you're currently on. And right now there's no secret in it. There's a spectator in there, which is kind of a beholder junior that I've talked about earlier. So you can let the spectator out anytime you want. The iron flask will stay in your inventory empty at that point, and you can... I haven't tested to see if you can actually use it to capture other entities with it. And we're going to encounter another spectator in the Underdark, and it would have been interesting to empty the flask out during the Githyanki patrol fight, and then have an empty iron flask and try and capture that spectator again and use that spectator in another fight. But I don't know if that works or not. And like I say, honestly, I don't want to go through the Githyanki patrol fight with just letting randomness take over, because honestly, it's so hard that I don't think randomness would suit me very well. One of your characters very often dies right after combat starts. That's just how it is. They have invisibility potions, they have Misty Step spells that they can cast so they can move all over the battlefield and attack your weaker characters. It's just a very hard fight to do. Letting the spectator out helps quite a bit. It makes them focus on the spectator as well. But again, it's one of those fights that you're not supposed to be able to do right now, I don't think. You're meant to be able to do that once you've leveled up a little bit more. It's just we're at a level cap imposed by the early access game here, and so it's not really intending for you to go that way. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and head down to the Underdark, and we'll just kind of keep the
What's hiding here?
just kind of keep the iron flask in our inventory for now. So we're going to head back up to the defiled temple up here. You can see it's shifted around. It's right there. But yeah, once we head in here, head into the defiled temple here, we'll get down through the opening that we solved the puzzle to get to. And we're going to head down here, and once we click on this ladder, it's going to trigger a small little cutscene of us heading down to the Underdark. Okay, and this is the Silunite outpost where we were earlier. We just came down here and opened it up, but we didn't explore any of it, so we're going to go ahead and trigger a save here, and we'll start looking around this area here. Okay, so we did get a journal update. We'll look at it here in just a second. Okay, nothing here. Holding Alt. Nothing here. Now, just looking around, you can see here to the west, we have this area over here, and you see that there are some petrified drow out here. Drow we've run into once before, alive inside the goblin camp. They are not friendly to us. They are allied against us for some reason or another. So you can't expect that these drow being petrified are going to be any more welcoming to us than anything else. But down here in this area is also where the spectator is. The spectator is currently invisible. But as soon as you interact with one of the drow, he becomes visible and he starts de-petrifying them, so to speak. And things can get interesting. So we'll take a look at that and see if we want to deal with that encounter here in a second. But for now, we're going to go out here. And there's a minotaur that's coming up.
No time for mercy.
Get back.
And you saw that the gates were firing at him as well. These statues were firing at the minotaur. Unfortunately, these statues do not discriminate between friend and foe. They do not have an IFF identifier. So they will shoot at you if you head out that direction. So need to find a way to deal with those. And it's pretty easy to do. So okay, just doing some looting here. We'll head over here to this side. There's a light hammer here that we can pick up. Leather boots. Great sword.
Need more pockets.
There's a lever here. That lever is going to open the gate. Okay. There's a waypoint down here, which is good. We've got a faded logbook we can read. Basically tells you that there's rumors of a spectator here. And that there were statues down south shaped like drow. Spectators shouldn't do that. So it kind of gives you some hints that there are spectators around, but things are acting a little strange. So we do have another logbook over here. Okay. So they had some problems with drow. This tells you that the drow were not friendly at this point either. So you can head up here on this side and look around. Again, we have a way to get up here. And there's a skeleton that we can search. And we find the Sailor Knight key. Okay, you can read through this. Collapsed a tunnel. And she was the last one here holding things off and ended up dying. So we picked up the key. So what is the key for? And we skipped it because we knew what it was about. But up here, you have a locked gate. Come up here and that key unlocks that gate. Come in here. Holding alt, there's nothing around on this side, but there is a gilded chest. Okay. Let's clean up the inventory here a little bit. All of these are going to go to Lae'zel just to carry. Got some books that need to go to Gale. The Scroll of Guiding Bolt goes over here as well. Okay. That's it. Okay, we do need to get this taken care of. Now we'll go to Lae'zel. We'll let her cast protection from good and evil on herself. Okay, so at least as long as she holds that concentration, you'll have that. Okay. So now, how do you stop those statues from shooting at you? Well, there's two things to do. First, you can just head out this way. You can head out here. We can put everybody into sneak mode, and you can see that you can walk out here. You know, I wonder if we move out here, if the spectator's going to start a fight. Every time I've walked out here, I've been hidden first. So I'm anxious to see what happens. We're going to toggle group mode here, and we're just going to send...
Light on my feet.
Oh, whoops. I wanted to toggle group mode, not hide. Okay, so we'll undo the group and we'll just send
Can't slow down.
the ranger out here and see if she gets detected. Is not. Okay. So you can walk out here all the way around. There's nothing out here to find. Thing like that. But if you walk too far around that corner and into sight, these statues will start shooting at you. So, but as you can see, you can make your way down here into this area and progress farther down into the Underdark and bypass the front of this entirely. But you can also, you need to use jump to get back up here. Okay, so it doesn't look like the spectator can see me up here. Okay, I do want to try something, but the moonstone here is what's causing it's channeling this energy into the two statues. So I do want to try something. Okay, so if she uses Mage Hand, that's going to break her concentration. She's going to lose the protection from evil and good. So I think I'll just shoot it. This is going to destroy it. I'm not entirely sure you can pick it up anyway. Make sure there's nothing else that I have that might be able to... No. So, just going to shoot it. It destroys it. And now you can walk out through the front gate.
Very well. Here we go.
Again, I don't know. I haven't really tried hard enough to see. I was going to use Mage Hand to see if I could pick up the moonstone instead of destroying it. But I'm not entirely sure you can.
What's in here?
Pick it up. I mean... Okay, now you can see that they're no longer glowing, so they're not going to shoot at you while you're out here. You can tell that there was a decent-sized fight that took place out here. There are a lot of skeletons to search and to deal with. Okay. There's another book here. Just tells you about some initiates. There's nothing here for the story. We'll pick it up while we do the rest of our searching here. Okay, Alchemist Fire. And another strange clicking area. Yeah, you can pick up these chasm creepers. Okay. Again, we'll just go ahead and move these things over to Gale. Going to be selling them, but yeah, the chasm creepers are jewels that you can pick up that are expensive, so you'll want to be able to pick those up whenever you can. Okay. And now we're going to move up here and we're going to get our familiar ready. We're going to toggle our group hide. And we'll soon be able to see.
Time to press ahead. Might be useful.
Some detection cones pop up. This is something that you're going to be dealing with throughout. The rumbling of the earth, and there's our first detection cone. And you can see that we have more minotaurs out here. Minotaurs, big, they hit hard. They also have some stunning attacks if you get close. So we're going to toggle our group mode. We're going to move Lae'zel back around here, but keep her down on the low ground. We're going to move Gale, Shadowheart up here. I'm going to go up here temporarily. You can see there's a crushed body. This is where they collapsed that tunnel. And then I'm going to get ready to trigger this encounter. They can move a long way because they have a huge jump attack that goes along with them. And you see, for me to attack him, I'm going to have to move down low. There's no way for me to attack him from up here. But I can do that. And I think I'm going to take Lae'zel and move her up here. Around the corner. I want to be able to get her in a position where she can attack them from the side or the rear after I trigger the confrontation here.
I can't waste any more time.
Let's just go ahead and trigger this. Okay. Oh, stealth was successful. Let's go ahead and do another one. Alright, so now I went into turn-based mode. So good, I got 2 attacks off on him. There is a second Minotaur. Farther back. He's up here. That you can't see. It takes him a little longer to get to you. But still will get to you. So, what I want to do is see if I can get Hunter's Mark here. I can. Okay, if I take another shot, Colossus Slayer is going to kick in because it's below his hit point maximum. Okay, so got a lot of damage there, and now I can execute my move to get back as far as I can. I want to kind of lead him away.
Deep and move.
And now my Raven is not in combat. But will be shortly. So how about just move my Raven up here. And see, the Minotaur is going to cast Dash, and he's going to run all the way around here. I'm probably going to trigger all of these into combat. Hopefully won't trigger Lae'zel into combat, though, but we'll see what happens.
Still on my feet.
So we'll go ahead and end the turn. And you see, that's their jumping attack that they have. Okay. So now he's moved to here. So I know that his next turn he can probably move all the way down here, and nobody else is in attack range at this point. So let's see if we can get in a good hit here. Nice. 2 hit points left. Let's see if we can get our Raven down here. See if the Raven can kill him. 80% chance to hit for 3. Perfect. Okay. So now my Raven is in the fight, but nobody else is as of yet. So I'm going to go ahead and end my turn and see how far he moves down here, and then maybe I could get Lae'zel around behind him once he moves down. So let's just go ahead and end the turn here. Actually, I can move farther around the back. He might go after my Raven. Okay, good. All right, so nobody else is in combat yet. So my Raven, we're going to try and rend vision. Only a 30% chance. Let's go ahead and move that. Oh, wow. I've said this before, the last time that happened, several streams ago. I can't stand that mechanic. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. It makes no sense. But it is what it is. So now I'm blinded. Which means I'm rolling at disadvantage here. Okay, so Hunter's Mark, it's still 81% to hit, but I am at disadvantage. Okay, so let's see if we can get Lae'zel around behind him here. Looks like we can.
Not one false move. Hells, what is that?
And that's something that you just have to deal with. Now she's in combat, but she's not close. The stupid rumbling earth thing is just one of those things. It appears randomly in certain locations around the map. One of them is here at this location. Another one is up here at this intersection as well. And it knocks you off your feet. It knocks you out of hiding. It does all sorts of other stuff as well. So Gale is not in combat. So let's see what we can do about this.
With haste.
He's a gigantic creature, so I can't, or he's a huge creature, so I can't enweb him. Let's see if we can just cast Scorching Ray and get some good damage on it. 75% chance to hit. Okay. So we did get some good hits, but again, we'll see what happens. He can very easily jump up here and go after either one of these two. We'll see what happens here, though. He didn't do anything. Okay. And not going to be able to get close enough with Lae'zel here unless we dash. Go ahead and dash over. We'll use our pommel strike to daze, and that missed. We'll use action surge. And we'll try a menacing attack, mate. Okay. That's good for 20 points.
Focus.
Andy's got Bane. Means he's going to have a problem with his saving throws. So another 14. Raven. Missed. And now we should be able to get the kill here. Okay, perfect.
What's inside?
Okay, so we're going to group everybody back up. And look at what we picked up. So we are going to move these items over to Lae'zel here. Send this to camp. So we picked up the Amulet of the Unworthy. Resistance to slashing damage, but vulnerability to bludgeoning damage. So kind of have to keep that in mind when you're going through whatever people are wearing. So Martyr's Aid is a good thing to swap in if you're less than half of your hit points, but until then it doesn't give you any benefit. The Amulet of Sylvanas doesn't give you any benefit unless you need to use the restoration spell. So wearing this amulet is going to give you benefits, and I keep forgetting to swap out to the Amulet of Misty Step whenever or before I go into combat, which I should always do. But I'm going to move this over to Shadowheart, and she's going to wear that, and then when she needs to cast Restoration, she'll just swap that out.
No one stopped me yet.
And yeah, I should be wearing the Amulet of Misty Step and the Smuggler's Ring whenever I'm heading towards combat. Just keep forgetting to have them equipped.
Eager for battle.
And I don't think she can recast this. Okay, yeah, so it's after a short rest. I need to take a short rest anyway, because I need to get her action surge back. Okay, and now I can recast this on her. And change that back out. Okay.
Alright. What now?
Alright, and we can keep exploring
I'll catch a break.
through the Underdark here. We do have some bone caps that we can pick up. Okay. Heading off around this way. We'll go explore it. We can go look at it anyway. I already looked at the did the skeleton. And you want to kind of take things easy as you go through here. Not a lot of long movements. But you can see that we do have sword here. It's going to take a wisdom check. There's a helmet we can pick up. Either a wisdom check or a strength check, one of the two. I did finish combat, so we'll save. Let's go ahead and click on the sword. It looks like it's a drow blade.
A slender drow blade impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil.
Okay, so it is a religion check, so it's intelligence. Okay, I can get guidance here. It's a 15 DC, so it's not the easiest. And I failed the first one. Okay, so I can either use an inspiration to do it, which I will, or you can exit out of this and try the strength check. Okay, good.
This blade was a warrior's sacrifice to illustrate. Blood can only be honored with blood. The drow script inscribed on the blade flickers and glows. It rises from the stone, hanging in the air in silent offering.
Okay, so we did get it. Now we can look at it in our inventory. We're going to move some of these things around and back to camp. Okay. It's an uncommon magic weapon. It's basically a longsword +1 is basically what it is. So there's nothing special at this point about it. I'm going to have Lae'zel carry it around, though. I don't know, because it's a drow blade, if there's going to be some other use for it as we encounter or get farther through the playthroughs, or in the full version. We'll just have to wait and see. So I am going to keep it around. So, Viridian crystals you can pick up.
Always room for more.
They're fine to pick up. I haven't ever interacted with a nightlight. Just see what it does. Okay. Oh. Okay. Interesting.
I'll give it a shot.
You have to pass a nature check. To get them. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Then heading back down around this way, you can head down here. Now, you're seeing that as I mouse over this, the Timask, I'm getting an option to destroy it. And that's because Timask have a negative effect on you if you fail a saving throw. So, we're not going to go down that way yet. As you can see, it takes you down here. You can jump across into this area here. I believe... Yeah, you can also jump across here and get down this way. But we're not going to go that way yet. Another Viridian crystal back here. Some more nightlight. Okay. And heading around this way. Either one of these ways takes you the same way. So it doesn't really matter which way you go. And again, you're going to run into more rumbling earth around here.
Broken bones. Must have fallen.
Okay, and another way down and around here. We're going to stay up high here for a second. So you can see there are a lot of things to pick up. So look around, because the Alt key doesn't highlight these. It highlights the camp supply stuff. This. But it doesn't highlight the Viridian crystal or Viridian things and that sort of stuff. So you need to be looking around as you're going. Oops, there's another rotting basket I can search down here. And another opportunity for a shovel if you need it. Okay, and now we get up here and we're gonna split the group. And this should look familiar.
Be wary.
Okay.
This place is trapped.
Okay, good. We found them all.
Be cautious.
Gonna move back here. We do not need to get up here again. This is up at the top of the Zentrum hideout. We've already looted all of this up here, so we don't need to get up there again. But if you shoot these, as opposed to disarming them, these two here will destroy the rope netting. And you won't be able to climb back up there. So just be aware of that. The other way to get up is you have to go over here, climb up here, jump to here, and then have enough strength to be able to jump up here. So I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot these. And you can see it destroys the net. Okay, but like I said, I'll show you real quick. You can climb up over here. You can jump to here. Jump to here. Move over and then jump up to here. And you're in the same location that we were earlier. Like I say, we already looted all this previously, so we don't have to look at it again. But just another way to get up here. Okay, so we'll go join up with the group again. And we can head back down this way. This route brings us back down into this area here. So it's the same way that we would be going if we were staying up top.
That might be worth a look.
Okay. So we did find a dirt mound here. But we also got a notification about the Timask. And it let us know that Timask is a problem for us. And that it will cause confusion. And you also might be able to see what's happening down here. So, you do need Timask spores as part of a quest that you need to get. But you can see what happens when you hit it. You walk into this, you can see down in the corner. It says chance to set confused. Okay. So if you walk near them, it's that same exact thing. They give you an opportunity to get confused, and when you're confused, you just run around aimlessly, and you can walk into some very bad combat situations and all that sort of stuff that you might not be prepared for if you're not careful. So be careful around Timask. Keep your eye out for it. Make sure that you're not getting near it. Because, like I say, it can cause some serious issues with just walking around aimlessly. And there I got knocked down by the earth again. There it goes. Randomly annoying. Okay, and another skeleton to look at. and just a candle down by the skull. But there is... Don't think it's here. No, it's not here. Okay. So we're going to continue heading on down this way, and you can see we've got a problem area. We talked about Timask. The torch stock we also saw just a little bit ago up at the spectator area. We walked by it, and it triggered, and then it exploded. This is just a bad combination. So we're going to toggle our group mode, and we're going to walk up here.
Timask and torch stalks. Hell of a combination.
Yes, you also noticed that as well, so...
by one, or blown up by the other.
So we're going to go ahead and remove these. We don't want to walk through here. Okay. You can see they do a lot of damage. Okay, so you don't want to leave them around. Okay. We'll go group up again. Head down here into the corner. There's a skeleton we can search. There was also a bag down here that got blown up. That's why all these scrolls are on the ground. And that's why you sometimes have to be careful about just shooting them to blow them up, because they can cause other things that you may want to loot or may want to interact with. It can cause them to blow up as well. So you want to be careful to look around before you just go blowing them all up. Okay, so we're just going to do one little other exploration part here. There's the... Okay. So, interesting. Okay, didn't expect it to actually pop up here. Every time you get one of those rumbling earths, you get a random chance that the bullet is gonna come out. I didn't expect it was going to happen here. And unfortunately, it did happen here, and it knocked my ranger off into the void. So...
Can't give up. Not now.
The question is... who has it? Thought it was Shadowheart. Is it not Shadowheart? It's not. It's Gale. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna set her here. Okay, so that's what the Scroll of Revivify does. You click on the little shiny orb, and you can see all of the orange items in her inventory are now spread out all over the ground. Okay, so this can be pretty bad here. So... I think I'm just gonna have to go for it here. Actually, let's see if... Just looking at something here. Because honestly, don't know if I'm going to be able to win this fight.
Time to strike.
Wasn't prepared for it, was not expecting it. And there's only a 25% chance to hit here. Nope. Yep. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. I think I want to try and get Gale somewhere farther away.
Need to stay focused.
Still only a 25% chance to hit. Okay.
Take your.
Now it's going to get a chance to hit. Okay. Another big damage hit. Oh, jeez Christ. Ah. Okay.
A tale for the ages.
%36% chance to hit. Just not good enough.
Tormentor.
Okay.
I am fury. I am death.
Nothing else that she can do, so we'll end her turn.
What should I do?
Only 25% chance to hit. Yep. Okay. Cast this at level 2.
Take you.
One can't always be a gentleman.
Okay, now he gets a chance. And there goes. Oh, wow. Oh, I needed that. Okay.
All's well that
So,
ends.
got another scroll of Revivify here.
Tekiro.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, time to... Okay, wasn't expecting that. It does show you how quickly things can turn down here in the Underdark. That's a very low chance of happening. It's not a guaranteed encounter at this location. A very low chance of them actually popping out of the ground. Okay, and Shadowheart can pick up her mysterious artifact again.
Looking ahead.
Okay. And we can group everybody back up. Alright. Everybody's severely hurt. And we're 2 revivify scrolls down. Okay, so what did we pick up? These are going to Gale. Going to camp. We're going to leave the nightlife rounds. We're actually going to send 1 to camp. We're going to keep the others. Okay, so we picked up the Blood Guzzler garb. So we'll go ahead and inspect this. So the armor class is for clothing. It's a clothing type of wear. It is not an armor piece. It is just clothing. But basically, it says that if you get to be below 50% hit points, you gain Wrath, which is just a +1 bonus to melee damage. This is really something for a barbarian to wear. Certain barbarian builds, you don't wear armor with. You just wear clothing because they get a lot of bonuses to not wearing armor. And this is the perfect thing to have with them. It's only going to give you +1 bonus to melee damage, but it's still +1 bonus to melee damage whenever you're less than 50 hit points. And you're going to be spending a lot of time below 50 hit points as a rage barbarian. So it's a good item to pick up. It's just we have absolutely no need in our playthrough. So we'll be able to go ahead and sell that. Okay, but what we need to do here is take a long rest. We're completely out of spells on our ranger. Our cleric is out of 2nd level spells. So we need to take a long rest here. Without a doubt. So
Something's wrong. I feel... What the... Darkness, protect me. No! I'm fine. Forget it. I don't know. I'm fine. It's past whatever it was. And stop looking at me like that. I'm not sprouting tentacles just yet.
Okay. So this is going to incur a negative reputation change. Oh.
These boots have seen everything.
All we are really here for is to go to Traveler's Chest, pick out a couple of Revivify Scrolls that we should have in here. Yes. So we're going to split this 2 and 2. It just didn't update. Okay, now we're going to split these 1 and 1. We're going to send 1 to Trevelyan and 1 to Shadowheart. Okay, even though it was kind of lucky how it played out last time, but this is 30 camp supplies. There's 40. And we're not going to talk. We're not going to have any more talk. I don't think there's any more talks to have or anything like that.
How can I help?
Yeah. It's all just we got beat up and we need to get everything back. Okay, those are exactly the ones we wanted. Okay. So, as you saw, the bullet is what causes that rumbling earth. Every time that it passes by, there's a chance that it will pop out of the ground and engage in combat. It just happened to do it at the worst possible spot, and so it immediately knocked one of my characters off into the void, and then it did it again with its leap attack. It's just not cool.
Oh, enough fighting.
It's just not cool. So we'll go ahead and get everybody back up again. Okay.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
So, at least we don't have to worry about that anymore. The reason we were coming this way, and you can see that we have a dead Durgar down here. And we also have dead Myconids.
Corpses. These creatures did battle with Dwergar. On my way.
And this is as far down as we're gonna go. Because once we start getting down, we're into a different area down here, which is heading us toward the path to Moonrise Towers, which we don't want to really go down and deal with yet. And see if we can pick up some more nightlight. Skip these two down here. Okay. And we're going to head up here. Now we are going to save. Just because we finished that combat.
He has come. He is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others.
Looks like the internet might be acting up again.
I am sovereign.
You might be getting some buffering here.
Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
Yeah, we're really dropping off. I apologize for the stream. Like I say, our streaming rate has really dropped off here.
A distinct quiver in every node. These creatures have experienced recent tragedy.
I have no idea why.
fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The sovereign expects you.
Okay, looks like the internet's coming back up, but just slowly here. Oh, just gonna save again in case it doesn't come back. We need to pause the stream or something, we'll see. Yeah, it's buffering pretty hard for you guys right now if you're watching it. So I'm gonna let the stream catch up to where I'm at here. Okay. And we're still at horrifically bad internet here. So I do not know what's causing this. I've never run into this before. It's obviously outside of my control because it's intermittent. Nothing is changing here on my computer or with the game or with OBS. It is entirely random here. Now it looks like the bitrate's coming back up. But it's still showing that it's below what it needs to process it. So we'll stick here for a minute, see what happens. It's certainly not liking it. YouTube is certainly not liking what it's getting on the stream here. So yeah, you're now caught up with where I am. I'm going to let me pause the streaming for